Lopez wants it away.
And it's hit deep to left center. Andrew Jones on the run. This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza, and the Mets lead 3-2. Beto behind the net. Sweeps it in front. He's gone! Beto! 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 Stefan Beto! And the Rangers have one more helmet prime, baby! But it's moved Vancouver! Anthony for three. Puts it in! Next by one with 8.2 remaining!
Joe Namath, number 12, has been the one big sidelight. He's come down here and he says the Jets are going to win. In fact, he doesn't even predict it. He says, I guarantee a Jet victory.
His first at-bat of the game. There's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone has hit a home run. The Yankees go to the World Series.
This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Come on!
Yes, sir. 4 o'clock on 4 o'clock. I'm thinking it's every other day in the week. 3:30 p.m.
Every week, man.
Every week.
Something always comes every week.
On a Friday afternoon, welcome into WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm your host for today, Joshua Umahi. I got my boys with me, Matt Leonard, Kory David. What's going on, fellas?
I had something I wanted to say about sports, right?
Right.
Why does Jimmy Butler look like that?
Yo, bro.
Why?
I'm glad we're starting here because, listen, I have nothing against men that want to get locks in their hair. That's fine.
Of course, but he looks so stupid.
It's not just that, but John Morant is changing this, but it used to be like,
Yeah.
it used to be like a running joke in NBA circles. Oh, if you're wearing dreads on the basketball court, he stank. What?
That's not what I'm saying, though. What I'm saying, first of all,
It looks stupid, though.
No,
Right.
it's not just the locks. That's not the issue. The issue is, one, they're way too long, because he had short hair his whole career.
Yeah.
They're way too long. It's a big change.
Uh-huh.
And then also, he put like color in them a little bit, like he a little bit of highlights or something. I think that's the dumbest look. And then there's that video of him with the drink in Mexico. Have you seen that?
No, I have not.
Oh
seen
God,
that.
it's him drinking like a margarita or some fruity drink in Mexico, and he's just like sniffing it and like twirling like one of those wine people.
Jimmy's
different now.
He acted different.
Jimmy's getting weird.
I'm not gonna lie. Me personally, I don't have a problem with it. It's cool, kind of in a sense.
I have no problem. I think he looks dumb.
No, to me, it actually looks good, especially the way
The blonde tips, though.
That's what I'm saying. The coloring is my problem.
Look, the blonde tips, yes, because look, the thing is, he got that little, he got the Future vibe. You can't tell me Future ain't cool. Tell me Future ain't cool.
Man,
tell that story. Tell that story.
You're trying to be slick right now.
Future's cool. So is Jimmy. They're not the same level.
It don't fit the same.
They're not the same level.
I'm trying to tell you, dude. But then I get it on a hair level because the fact is, when you do that, you get that new growth and it helps your hair grow faster. As somebody who had locks before, I know the pain.
Oh no.
Okay.
So you're siding with Jimmy because you had the locks. Right?
I had the locks, and then I'm gonna keep it.
Do you have the locks now?
No, I don't have locks now because of a job. I had to.
Okay, fair.
But listen,
Jimmy's job allows him to do it.
I want Jimmy's side a little bit more because I'm gonna admit something here.
Yeah.
At one point, to help along with the growth, I had a little performance enhancement. I had to get a little couple of extensions in.
Do we gotta start drug testing people here?
No, I'm talking about extensions.
Oh, I think you're taking like hair growth, like Bosley or whatever.
No. I mean, I just got a little help as far as extension goes. I got a little bit of the fake hair put into.
Okay,
Matt,
that's fine.
He's the lock expert. What is he? The lock expert?
Oh, the lock expert is locked.
I'm the lock expert. And it's actually more.
We need Kory's lock of the week.
Julio Jones.
What about him?
Now I'm saying he actually kind of did the same thing.
He did.
Oh yeah, it's true.
A lot of people actually do that.
A lot of athletes.
The hair segment so
a lot of athletes have gotten extensions, but I'm not seeing it in the NBA. But that's neither here nor there.
But the one thing I can say about Jimmy is, he's one of those guys that really wouldn't care what anybody says because he was getting flamed on the internet.
I know.
He was like embracing it too. He had the video of like the changing and everything.
You wanna know when I knew Jimmy wasn't gonna care? Because if you look at all the commercials that he's in, you got him singing Hootie and the Blowfish while drinking Bud Light. he ain't gonna care.
His favorite music genre is actually country.
I know.
Really? I love that.
Yeah.
Did you see the
Interesting guy.
Did you ever see the video of him singing? I forgot what song he was singing. He was singing some country song on a plane with Team USA.
Yes.
And Carmelo just looking at him like, what are you playing on this airplane right now?
Carmelo the curmudgeon was there.
I will say this, and then we can actually start the show. We'll get to NBA later. But speaking of NBA players getting extensions, Draymond Green is an idiot, and we'll get into that later.
Ooh, we definitely gonna get into that.
Yeah.
516.
He wants a max, Corey.
Yeah.
He's asking for a max.
We're gonna get into
We
that.
will get into that later in the show.
Look. We might not agree. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're getting into this later.
516-572-7440 is the number to dial if you got any sports take to get off. Hair takes two. We start off the show with that. If you got a strong take about Jimmy Butler's hair decisions, you can chime in on that too.
Francisco Lindor's hair, too.
Francisco Lindor. Let's start with the Mets, actually.
Transition.
There you go.
I got a quick question. If Aaron Judge just randomly just did that out of nowhere, right? And he said,
Got the locks?
yes.
Oh, his hair. Oh, my God. He needs so much help with that hair.
Imagine that's how Aaron Judge made his free agency decision. Just a picture of him with
With a beard and locks.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to San Francisco.
Look, the Yankees wouldn't allow that, so he can't do that with them.
Exactly.
You can't have hair lower than, like, your shoulder.
Looking like a proud San Francisco and just embrace it. That's how
You think
announce your
that's
free
what people at
agency.
San Francisco look like, Josh?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
The New York Mets, Matt, their notable trend of making trades on July 28th.
Oh, what else did they do?
Yes, so starting in, I believe, in the 1990s, they did the Bobby Bonilla trade.
Oh, no.
And then, as of late...
I haven't heard this, actually. It was news to me.
Yeah, it's actually...
The trade last night I heard about. Mm-hmm. I didn't know there was history on that date, though.
It's actually a thing. And then...
how many other trades are there?
There's one that I'm definitely forgetting off the top of my head, but Marcus Stroman was actually acquired by the Mets on this day as well.
That's right. It was a few days before the deadline.
Yeah, something about July 28th for the New York
Gotta
Mets.
love that trade.
Oh, well, not great.
No.
Tyler Naquin and Philip Deal. This guy has like an 11 ERA in 5 innings, so
really?
You don't think he'll be a factor.
I didn't look into his stats. I know he's a left-handed reliever. We need that.
Yeah,
I looked into his stats. I'm happy about Naquin.
Yes.
May I get into this?
Of course.
Okay. Here's the deal with this. First of all, I love this trade because of Billy Epler's statement on it. He does these things. Billy Epler makes these trades, and you're like, what the hell is Billy doing?
Yep.
Then he comes out and makes a statement, and you're like, he's the smartest GM we've ever had.
This is the moves he's made.
Yeah.
Naquin and Big Vogie.
Big Vogie.
They're not only typical Billy Epler moves, but they're typical Sandy Alderson moves, too.
I know, and he's still in the front office in some capacity, so that's great. He's overseeing this.
Yeah.
He said he wants to be involved, but not the guy making the decision. I love that.
But you can definitely see his influence in those two moves.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Naquin's batting like 240. Vogelback is Big Vogie batting 220.
But against righties, his OPS is 900.
Both of them are fantastic against right-handed pitching. Both of them have high on-base percentage. They both can hit for power occasionally.
Naquin isn't the best power guy. He's more of a speed guy.
Yeah, a lot more occasionally for Vogelback than Naquin. But their OPS is both over 800 last time I checked. Or around 800.
Around righties or everybody?
Everybody.
No,
I'm righties. I'm sorry. Righties.
I was like, Naquin is not that high. No way.
But they're not going to face left-handed pitching, which is my point. Of course not. Against righties, 800 OPS, two guys?
Yeah.
And it's the funny thing about this is that we're still expecting big moves to be made.
I'm waiting for the big one. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm thinking Contreras.
It could be Contreras and Robertson. We've heard that. It could be, J.D. Davis. We've heard Trey Mancini.
J.D. Davis? What are you talking about?
J.D. Martinez. I got too many
What are you talking about?
I got too many J.D.s in my head, man. Got our first caller on WHPC Sports Talk. Caller, who are you? Where are you calling from?
This is Anthony from the call phone. I just want to congratulate you guys on finally being out of the Luis Castillo sweepstakes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The Brandon Drury sweepstakes too, but no.
Thank you. Wait, he got traded from Castillo?
No, but we didn't acquire him.
Oh, I was going to say, he get traded? Did I miss something?
No.
What are the chances that the Mets go back to the Reds again? Don't you think if a trade was going to be made for Drury, that they would have just done it in the one trade package?
I'm with you. They're not getting Castillo. That's fine with me. I don't want a starting pitcher. I don't.
Okay, well, I congratulate you. Hey, listen, I know it's only one game, and I'm not getting on Benintendi for one game, but I think the Yankees do need to get a bench bat, another bench bat, and I don't think that's too insane for me to say.
Well, the hope is that'll come when Gallo goes somewhere. That's the hope you're hoping for, I assume,
right? And I don't know if you saw this thing. Lindsay Adler of The Athletic sat down with Joey Gallo like the other day, and it was some of the most saddest stuff I've read. It's like I've been a complete failure. And, I mean, I'd be like, good, you at least recognize it. But, I mean, this is the Joey Gallo dilemma. He seems like such a good guy. He's got, like, a heart of gold, except in the sense that he's too stubborn to change up his, at-bats, the way he approaches an at-bat. I feel bad. Now, granted, I'm not a Met fan, so was this, like, the same thing with Jason Bay with you? Was he, like, oh, I'm really doing bad, like, dopey about it? Or was he like arrogant, like I hate this team? It's all the fans. Like what was? Because I've called Joey Gallo the closest thing the Yankees have to what Jason Bay was for the Mets.
The difference with Jason Bay and Joey Gallo is how they were acquired, and that's a big difference. Jason Bay was a free agent signing.
I'm not even talking.
No, I know, but I'm saying that affects how they were with the team because Jason Bay was being paid big money, couldn't have a big season when he got to the Mets. He was supposed to be a big acquisition. Gallo was too. The only way he gave up for Gallo wasn't much.
But the question was, when Jason Bay was getting booed and heckled in left.
How'd he handle it?
How did he handle it?
He got hurt, and it obviously wasn't on purpose, but he ran to a wall in L.A. at Dodger Stadium and was out with concussion issues for like almost a year. So we didn't really get to deal with him much. Fortunately, we didn't have to deal with him as much as Joey Gallo because he hasn't gotten hurt and he's healthy. God willing, good for him. But unfortunately for the Yankees, he's healthy and playing and not well.
What I'll both say is that they're both like really, like you said, Anthony. Joey Gallo was a great guy. Jason Bay was a pretty good guy as well.
He was. He handled it pretty well. He didn't acknowledge he was playing bad. He just kind of went out there and swung the bat horribly.
Yeah.
Does Gallo admit? Does he own up to it?
Yeah, he in the article he said that. Yeah, I'm really playing bad. I put on these pinstripes and the expectation's greater than what I've been playing. I mean,
okay, good. Right. Gallo's been better than in terms of the media. Good for him.
I've felt bad, and now I feel bad when I was at the Yankee Astro game saying that Joey Gallo would burn a ribeye at NYY Steaks. Now I feel bad saying it. I really do.
He has to get a ribeye steak first. That'll be the key there.
Oh,
right, but I feel bad. I think it's the best thing where you can approach it like, hey, this didn't work out for either of us. You've handled it as well as you can. Let's get you somewhere. Now, I do think there are teams crazy enough to be like, all right, let's take a flyer on this guy. I think there are teams crazy enough to do that, and it may work. I think the pressure of New York is definitely very real. The amount of boos that just sort of circle a stadium, on a Thursday night when it's 0-0. I get that, but one last thing here.
Sure. On the docket.
So on the docket here, I should take that.
There it is.
So, how do you guys feel about Terry Collins filling in on the radio broadcast?
Love it. For
a guy who got canned by the team, the fact that he still loves it, I think that's very commendable. I really, that's really nice.
He's in the front office now. People don't realize that he's a part of the front office.
Interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah, he was kind of like, he technically was fired from being the manager. It was kind of like Brad Stevens, not quite GM, but he was brought into the front office immediately.
Interesting.
Yeah, people don't realize that, but he was a big part of the Mets front office for a while. Like, he's a beloved figure in New York. He got the hearts of Mets fans. I don't blame him for literally anything that happened during his tenure.
No, I'd say that's just that. First of all, a lot of it was
they were bad, except for 2015. They were bad.
Ownership really meddling.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's cool for you guys. I can not even as a Mets fan, I appreciate loyalty, to that degree.
Would you have Joe Girardi on the Yankee broadcast?
No, I don't like Joe Girardi.
There it is. There's a difference.
I don't like. Listen. I know. 2009. I'm aware, but
yeah.
I don't know. Let me tell you. This is my last thing here. When it went from the W.B. Mason presents the Joe Torre show to the Joe Girardi show, that's when it kind of went. Because let me tell you, I would, as a kid, I'd always go and watch the Joe Torre. It was like the manager's show.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like you'd hear for the manager, and then Joe Girardi came on, and Joe Girardi just always seemed angry. It wasn't like there was nothing there.
He is always angry.
He just didn't want to talk, and I mean, and hey, look at what the Phillies are doing now. I mean, they're doing better without him. So, no, I would not want him on the broadcast. Although,
okay, good.
On certain broadcasts, he might be valuable. But
okay.
I'll just leave it at that. So,
he's better than Beltran's, what you're saying, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Thank you for the call, Anthony, as always.
All right, take care. Bye.
All right. No, you can get your last point. Oh, there
he goes.
There he goes.
He's better than Beltran on the broadcast. I love Carlos Beltran as a Met fan. I don't want him in the booth.
Yeah,
he's not sure of himself. That's the issue.
It's that. It's
people say, "Oh, it's not the accent." I don't care if he has an accent. That doesn't bother me at all. I would be able to even hear it half the time. It's the fact that he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Is this his first time in the broadcast booth?
Who? Beltran? Yeah.
Oh, well,
because the Astros, they don't want to hire him for anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
he'd probably be a lot better manager than
I'm sure he's a good baseball guy. He was a great player. He was almost like a player coach when he played for the Yankees.
Absolutely.
Mets too. He was always that guy his whole career, that great veteran player coach kind of guy.
Great leader, but again, leadership only helps you so much in the broadcast booth, especially when you're doing color commentary.
We know. We know what's up. Kory, you know too.
Yeah, I do.
You know how hard color commentary is. You've done it.
Yes, I have.
Oh, yeah.
You got to know when to pick your... We got to know when... Look, you looking at the young Kobe and Shaq right here with me and Josh right here. Look. When we was doing... When I was doing my thing for color commentary for basketball...
Yeah.
We the first game was a little rocky, but we got it.
Okay.
The chemistry.
You guys are really good. All the credit. You guys are great.
Watch out, Mike Breen and Walt Clyde Frazier is all I'll say on that.
Wait till we do football this season, Josh. It's going to be awesome.
I cannot wait for that.
Me and Josh are the football team.
Cannot wait
this
for
year,
that.
So, yeah, we got this.
Wish I could join that.
Cannot wait for that.
We'll see. We'll talk to some people.
Move over to Joe Buck. That's all I'll say. So
save that seat.
Do you have the Booger McFarland position open where the guy just stands on that
block the sideline?
Yes. And just be like, he scored a touchdown, which means he scored.
And they added 6 points to the scoreboard. Back to you guys.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Booger. Thank you. You know, Anthony brought up Benintendi going 0 for 4 in his debut. But what I'll say to that is that it was a weird situation considering the Michael Kay and the guys were talking about it. He was literally still checked in to the Kansas City Royals team hotel putting on a Yankee uniform. So it has
happened before. Do you remember when the Yankees acquired Ichiro?
No, I don't remember that.
Oh, this is a great story. So when the Yankees acquired Ichiro, first of all, that's when he left Seattle, and that was a whole sad thing. They were in the middle, not even starting. They were in the middle of a 4-game set with the Mariners. Might have been either 3 or 4 games. It was the middle of the series. I forget if it was Seattle or here, but Ichiro swapped clubhouses in the middle of a series. That's so rare.
That's actually wild.
But this, I get it. You know, Benintendi was a big trade target for months for a lot of teams. The Yankees were obviously the front runners. They got their guy, and the Royals happened to be coming to town, and that's fine. They brought him with him, and they traded him there. That's okay. You know, but in the middle of a series is wild.
It is wild, and my reaction to the Benintendi move was like part truth, and then it was exaggeration came first, and then truth. Benintendi is announced that trade like minutes after the final pitch of us sweeping the Yankees at Citi Field.
I said it yesterday when I called in. I felt like the Yankees won that day when I saw that, and I was like, great. all my joy left my body.
I went the other way. I was like,
really?
Yeah. Oh, the Mets. Look at what the Mets did. The Mets put the Yankees on notice, and they made this big trade. And then I remembered like,
wait, what are you talking about? Mets put the Yankees on notice.
Mets swept the Yankees, and
then the Yankees made the trade.
The Yankees made the move.
Oh, you're saying they had to make his Mets the Mets?
No,
look at it was too close to the last pitch.
I'm telling
you,
that. Off that high of that win, I was like, oh, the Mets.
Do you think Marte hit that ball, walked it off, and then Hal Steinbrenner immediately was like Ryan Cashman were like, let's get Benintendi right this second.
It's a deal. No.
Okay, guys, you got the deal. Do whatever you want.
Exaggeration, and then the truth came like, well, the Royals are on their way to New York City as we speak.
The timing was weird, but yeah.
It was weird, but perfect.
Yeah.
It was weird, but perfect. And I think Benintendi is going to be a very, very good Yankee. Of course, the Yankees, like we said, hosted the Royals yesterday. Aaron Judge in a game that really featured no offense, and Judge was in a little bit of a mini slump, as much as a slump,
very mini,
as close to a slump as Aaron Judge can get.
Like I do a lot of Yankee hate. I love Aaron Judge personally.
Same, sure, and
I think he's probably this year. If we're strictly talking this year, he's the best hitter in baseball.
Absolutely.
This season, and I'm not going further because obviously there have been better guys, better years, but whatever. Judge last night keeps us proving why he needs this money. Or why he deserves this money, I should say.
He deserves it.
He's getting the money one way or another.
I mean, we talk about it on the show all the time. From where we started in preseason, everyone's like, Aaron Judge, he's betting on himself, right? That was the big phrase, betting on himself. Of course. He is, oh my goodness, the amount of money he's made on top of what he was offered and what he'll get on the market.
He's going to be close to 40, I believe, if he finishes the year fully healthy.
Oh, absolutely.
If they win a World Series, oh my God.
Say he wins an MVP. He carries the Yankees to a World Series.
If they win the title, right?
Yeah.
Oh, forget it. He's going to be untouchable
Come
that
on, man.
money.
Come on, man. And I wonder what Yankee fans, if you got any thoughts, 516-572-7440, if you got any thoughts on this, but what is the Yankee front office rooting? Do they have a number that if Judge plays his way past it, what, do you just let him go?
I really think... here's what I think, honestly. I thought about this more in the second. I think they have a number. They're never going to reveal that number.
No.
I think the number is a range. I don't think it's a strict, this is the number. If you go over it, you're done.
Right.
I think there's a range, and they're willing to go a little out of it even. Because Aaron Judge is that important to the New York Yankees, right? We agree?
Absolutely.
He is, this year, the New York Yankees. It's Aaron Judge. And obviously, Nestor Cortez having a great year. The pitching staff's been great. Aaron Judge is synonymous with the Yankees.
If you ask most people, why are the Yankees so successful this year?
It's Judge.
Aaron Judge. Yeah, absolutely.
The pitching staff's a big part of it too, but Judge himself, oh my God. I haven't seen a guy this good of a year in a contract year in recent memory ever. It's very rare that a guy bets on themselves and works out this well.
It really is incredible. Like we said, Aaron Judge, that walk-off home run for the 1-0 win over Kansas City. And who knows, maybe the Yankees do get Luis Castillo. We'll see what happens leading up to August 2nd.
He doesn't want to play for them.
Yeah,
but he has not his choice, though.
The hair.
I know. Yeah, Jimmy Butler can't play for the Yankees either.
No, of course not. Definitely not now. Two guys I wanted to get to as well. Shohei Ohtani and Juan Soto.
Don't get me worked up.
Both teams are taking calls on those two biggest stars on the market. And we know it'll take a king-size ransom to get each of them.
Yes.
My question would be, and I've gone back and forth with my friends about this, who's going to fetch the higher reward? Who's going to get the most assets in return, Soto or Ohtani? Because think about it. Ohtani, again, he's a dual threat.
Of course.
But he's 28 years old compared to...
He's not 28.
He's 28.
No.
Swear to God. Look it up.
Okay. I believe you. I do not believe this fact.
Shohei Ohtani, 28 years old. 1 year left of control after this year, so he becomes a free agent when he's 30 years old. Juan Soto, though, 23 years old. 23 years old, Juan Soto, with 2 years left of control.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Think about this. So Juan Soto is younger, but he doesn't pitch. He's not a top-tier pitcher like Shohei
He isn't a Cy Young contender and a Silver Slugger and an MVP all wrapped in one. He isn't all that. He's amazing, Juan Soto.
Yes. It's so tough to, figure out, who's going to get the bigger return if
Can
they
I bring up
traded?
A point on this?
Mm-hmm.
I realized just now, I think the guy that will get the bigger return will be probably Shohei Ohtani, if I had to put money on it, because of this fact. Ohtani, when he's due a contract, I feel personally will make less money than Juan Soto.
Ooh.
I think of Soto's age and the age he'll hit the market, he's going to make so much money. I get Ohtani's dual threat, like you said, but now that he was 20 years old, oh my God.
That catches
I thought he was 25.
Mm-hmm. That catches everybody.
I forget he played a few years in Japan. It's like the Ichiro situation.
Mm-hmm.
He was a rookie late because he played years in Japan, but still. Yeah, Ohtani, I think, will be paid less than Soto. He's Shohei and Ohtani, the same guy. But Shohei's going to get less than Soto, I think, in the open market if they each hit it.
Right.
Even extension-wise. I think Soto will get less. And that's why I think he'll get less years, too. It'll be easier contract to sign a guy to. It won't be easy at all. You're going to need a lot of money. These guys are studs. These guys are young and they're the future of the game. Ohtani's the best player in baseball right now.
Oh, you have to say that.
Of course. He's the best player in baseball. Most exciting to watch. Think of the ticket sales you'll get of Shohei Ohtani no matter where you are.
Since Babe Ruth, no player has given us this much dual value.
It's just a spectacle to watch him play.
Yes.
Do anything.
That's another thing, too. Shohei Ohtani is the box office attraction in baseball.
Yeah.
And he's wasting away in Anaheim.
I know. But I watched in SportsCenter last night, and they were making all these jokes of the Angels highlights because the Angels lost 2-0 last night.
Oh, of course they did.
Because Ohtani gave up 2 runs, and they couldn't score a run. Literally, SportsCenter was trolling the Angels so hard because they only showed what the Texas Rangers did. And as far as what the Angels did, they only showed Ohtani's at-bats and his biggest moments pitching. They showed nobody else doing anything because they didn't do anything.
Yep.
And they said at the end, Rangers beat Ohtani 2-0. I was like, wow.
Is he reaching LeBron levels where it's just him? And I was like,
okay, here's the story with that, though.
Mike Trout is injured. So
no, Mike Trout. Oh, you heard about Mike Trout's spine?
That is really compelling.
As a Mets fan, I feel for him because David Wright.
Yep, the spinal.
Yeah, so here's the deal, Corey.
I'm not talking about like the star, like the. Of the
you're saying they only post him?
Yeah, of his team. Like you know how certain times.
Oh yeah,
it would just be LeBron and it just nobody.
On his team.
Yes, on his team.
Well, the reason that I'd say no is because he has stars around him, but they're never healthy, ever. Like he's got they have Rendon, who's an all-star third baseman. He's never been healthy for the Angels in a full season in that uniform. Yeah. He had Pujols for a while. He was old and not healthy. Trout is the second best player in baseball. I would argue the first. If you want to put him over Ohtani, fine. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But he's got a rare spinal condition that he was diagnosed with last week. He's got to deal with his whole career now. He's not going to be the same. It's a whole thing. Ohtani is basically the guy for the Angels, yes.
And everything is pointing for the Angels, rebuild.
Oh, and he will not be an Angel in 2 years.
Tear it down,
Ohtani.
And start over. Tear it down, start over.
If Ohtani ring chased, I wouldn't even be mad at him. Once he goes to the Dodgers, then I'd be mad at him.
I want him to be a champion, number one, and I want him to go to a market that's going to just boost him. He's going to boost the market. Imagine him as a just devil's advocate.
I don't care if he's a Met or a Yankee. I want him in New York.
Absolutely. Imagine that.
Imagine him in Times Square on billboards like Shohei Ohtani. Like, oh my God.
Now,
that's box office.
You don't see it because he's in Anaheim, but a guy, I'm telling you, he's probably the most or like top 3 most marketable athletes in the world right now. Think about it.
I put him as number 1.
Shohei Ohtani, think about it. Shohei Ohtani in New York, man, listen.
If you're excluding the exposure of the sport of baseball compared to the other sports in the world, like football, basketball, of all the sports are on an even playing field in terms of that, you're going by the athlete's talent and who they are and everything. He's the most marketable athlete on the planet.
Absolutely.
Easily.
And the Angels are taking...
No one does that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't think of any sport where someone can do that. All of that. Like, this is like, Magic Johnson played all 5 positions and won NBA Finals. Yeah. This is that times 10.
Times a trillion in my mind.
This is incredible. No one does this ever.
Angels are taking calls on him. We'll see what happens. We're going to go to break, but ponder this. Ohtani or Soto, who gets the bigger return for their respective teams? Ponder that. We'll come back after the break.
The views expressed on air are not necessarily those of WHPC, its management, or Nassau Community College. Responsible opposing viewpoints will be considered by emailing them to whpc@ncc.edu or by mail at WHPC 1 Education Drive, Garden City, New York 11530. Thanks for listening to the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
This show on 90.3 WHPC is brought to you by Pantano's Gourmet, with 3 locations in Hewlett, Uniondale, and Garden City Park. Hi, my name is Mike Pantano, owner and operator of Pantano's Gourmet, where we love to feed you. Serving breakfast all day, crazy lunch sandwiches, or let us cater your next event. Why cook? We deliver. Menus and more information are available online at pantanosgourmet.com. Oh, Pantanos.
This show on 90.3 WHPC is brought to you by The Nest at NCC, a food pantry located on the campus of Nassau Community College. The Nest offers groceries, personal care items, school supplies, and new clothing to anyone in need who are part of the campus community who are finding it hard to make ends meet. The Nest is a nonprofit agency that accepts donations of food, basic health supplies, and more. Whether you are able to provide help or need some, more information is available by email, foodinthenest@gmail.com. That's foodinthenest@gmail.com or online at nestncc.weebly.com. That's nestncc.weebly.com.
It's an honor just to be nominated.
A 2022 finalist for the Best College Radio Station Marconi Award and the only community college radio station in the nation in the category.
The voice of Nassau Community College.
This is the award-winning 90.3 WHPC HD Garden City.
Listen on your smart speaker.
Play WHPC.
And available on Odyssey, TuneIn, iHeart, and on the WHPC app.
90.3 WHPC.
Let's get ready to rumble!
The gloves are coming off.
Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable!
We're about to go full court press. It's time to play ball.
Lone looking for his first hit of the year. He drives one. Deep left field. That goes Upton. Back near the wall. It's out of here. Bartolo has done it. The impossible has happened.
Listen in as we tackle everything in the world of sports right now.
Stay off the weed.
Throw your hat in the ring at 516-572-7440. This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
We always have so much fun during the breaks, guys.
We will never share what we talk about. We'll get fired. The FCC will be all over us. We will get fired. If you want to read our lips on Facebook Live, fine. But I don't recommend it.
Oh, my God. Welcome back to WHPC Sports Talk.
You're fine. You're fine.
Welcome back to WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College. 90.3 WHPC.
I'm
Once again,
in so much trouble.
No.
I swear to God.
Joshua Umahi joined by the wildest in the room, Matt Leonard.
I'll take it, fine. It's always me, right? Like last Friday, last Thursday, I brought up Jock Peterson's wife.
Oh, that was good.
That was bad.
That was fantastic. What do you mean?
I don't regret it at all. I still stand by what I said and what he said, but whatever. Moving on.
Oh, Matt.
Look it up.
Matt.
That's our tagline. Look it up.
Kory David once again joins us.
I'm doing good. I can't complain.
Yeah.
You know, life is good.
Life is good, baby.
Next week, football.
Oh.
Yeah. Hall of Fame game, so exciting. Sarcasm.
Did somebody say football?
I'm not gonna lie. What about this? Are you ready for some football?
That's right. It's Football Friday. Another Football Friday.
Yeah.
On WHPC Sports Talk. 516-572-7440. Giants fans, Jets fans, football fans, get your takes off. And think about it, guys. 6 weeks until Bills-Rams opening night.
Let's go.
On Thursday. And like you said, Corey, next week, the Hall of Fame game.
I do not care about that in the
Hey,
slightest.
did y'all get your subscriptions ready?
You gotta teach me that.
Oh no, not even that. I got that still. I gotta get that up. But then also, because NFL, they removed the Game Pass and they got something called NFL Plus now.
Oh, of course they do. Plus is the new word for pay us money.
So I just got that. I got that. So I got all the live preseason games.
Oh, why?
I like watching football.
Watch NFL Network.
Why?
No, because they have the preseason games.
But they don't have all of them. I can watch,
fair enough.
Like when the Jags are playing the Jets and the
you really want to watch
Washington
that
versus the Giants, I can watch both games simultaneously.
Okay, fair enough. My ADHD brain is happy.
Man, listen. So we'll talk some NFL talking points today, but we got 4 Fridays in August, fellas.
Oh, yeah.
So we are going to break down on WHPC Sports Talk 2 divisions per week.
Starting next week, right?
Starting next week.
Okay.
We'll start with the AFC East, NFC East, because Giants, Jets fans, we want to hear from you first.
Of course.
It's New York, you have priority. But every single division we are going to break down to the letter. I cannot wait for that.
I love that idea.
The season it's coming up on us, fellas.
Nice.
Coming up on us. Let's start, though, with the newly richly paid wide receiver in the NFL, DK Metcalf. Mm-hmm. Do we have the number on Sunday Steel? I forgot to write it on
I know the average annual value is like over $20 million, which is insanity.
Is it really?
It's over 20, I believe. Got like 25 or something, right?
Gotta be.
He got $30 million up front. Do you know that?
Oh, I have.
Like he got paid $30 million like today.
Wow. 3 years.
So about 58 is guaranteed. I know that.
3 years, $72 million, $30 million signing bonus.
All up front.
All up front.
He got it like this week. He's getting $30 million.
Man, what y'all doing if you get $30 million in one day?
If I get it in one shot, man, put me on the spot
possibilities
here.
are endless.
There's so many things. Honestly, this is gonna sound stupid. I would make an investment into a big gamble, spend all of it on lottery tickets to get $1 billion.
You know what? All right, DJ Khaled over there. Stop that.
I know I said before the show, I don't like millionaires doing that. But it's different. I wasn't a millionaire before, and I may not be after this. So I'm okay with taking the risk. That's the ultimate gamble.
Hey, you know what I'm doing? I'm going on.
Play the lottery, folks. Get $1 billion.
I'm going on FanDuel. It's like, no, I'm playing.
No. Play the lottery, man.
Yeah, that's true.
You can get $1 billion. You're not getting $1 billion on FanDuel for anything. For anything.
For anything.
Do you understand the odds you have to put in to get $1 billion out of $30 million? You know how long that parlay has to be? Like 20 million legs.
Some NBA same game parlays be getting a little wild.
Yeah, I know. You almost won like $7,000 or whatever. I know.
Oh, thank you, Steph Curry. Greatest shooter of all time, but failed in when I needed him most. DK Metcalf, fellas. Do we think? Here's my question: Is this a better deal? It might be an obvious answer. Better deal for DK or for the Seahawks?
I think it's a great deal for somebody you wrote on the sheet here, Deebo Samuel.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to go off the board here.
He's a big
Deebo
winner.
Samuel won this deal. And it makes no sense because he didn't sign the deal. But that's the point.
Right.
He's the smartest wide receiver on the market, by the way, because he has held out. 6 of the top 7 highest paid wide receiver deals have been signed this offseason. Do you know that?
Wow.
Do you know who the one is that wasn't signed this offseason? He's 3rd highest paid.
No, not off the top
He's
of my head.
suspended for the first 4 games of the year. We talked about him last week in a controversial manner.
Why is the name escaping?
DeAndre Hopkins.
In a real controversial manner.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
But
crazy.
he's suspended for PEDs, and he's the 3rd highest paid receiver in the NFL. Fine. But before that, he was great, whatever. He may be great after, who knows? But the point is, 6 of the 7, except for DeAndre Hopkins, so 1 and 2, and then 4 through 7, of the highest paid wide receivers have been all signed this offseason. It's Devontae Adams, it's DK Metcalf now, he's in that top 7. Cooper Kupp, all these guys. A.J. Brown, Terry McLaurin, all these guys got all these deals this offseason. And Deebo Samuel is just sitting there right now watching DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf's good, but he got all this money. And I don't like paying wide receivers if you don't have a quarterback, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I was actually going to get to that.
I don't like that because none of his touchdown passes in his career have come from Drew Lock or Geno Smith. Drew Lock, obviously, you just got there. Geno Smith has never thrown DK Metcalf a touchdown. Think about the playing time he got. He's never thrown DK a touchdown.
And by the way, anytime you pay a top flight player top flight money, you're expecting them. Now, some NFL teams won't say this, but you're expecting them to step into a leadership role.
Oh, duh.
Do we think DK Metcalf can be a leader on this Seattle Seahawks team?
A positive leader or a leader? That's a serious question. Like, I don't think he's... No.
He's shown signs. The reason I asked that, he's shown signs of acting out on the field, throwing tantrums. Is that
him and Aaron Donald are like 2 of the biggest people in football in terms of their like strength and size. I get Aaron Donald not the tallest, but DK is tall. He is a massive human being. And he loves to grab people's face masks and butt heads of people.
Very angry people. DK.
Why don't we drug test him?
But I think DK can be a leader just with the fact that you're really the only guy left, and
by default he's the guy.
Yes, and it's like he has to play nice because, like I said before, receiver is a dependent position. That's why he's getting paid all this money. Is like this. He's like this. You had to pay me all this money because guess what? Look what I'm dealing with. Geno got knocked out. Smith. And Drew rapping on the sideline lock. Look. Mind you, I didn't say known for quarterback play.
No. If rapping is your most notable quality as an NFL quarterback, you're probably doing something a little wrong.
I love that video of him rapping, though.
I do.
It's fantastic. He knows what he's doing out there.
He was in the zone, man.
Oh, yeah. He was in another place.
But, yeah, it's like, I seen a clip yesterday. It was like this. From the longest yard where it was like, I forgot where one of the dudes was like, why am I not the leader? And then Adam Sandler got up and said, here, hit me right here. And they said that's basically DK. And it was like, the dude threw it over his head. Now shut up and sit down.
Oh, my God.
DK Metcalf, he's like he's the Lone Ranger on the Seahawks now.
I think Ty Lockett's still there, right?
Is he? Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
He the OG now. He the OG.
That's what I'm saying. Why isn't he the guy?
That's funny. He might be the leader, actually.
That's what I'm talking about.
All summer, I was like, if you trade for Russell Wilson, you would think that Tyler Lockett would be a package deal.
I know.
I got the perfect analogy for you.
Yeah.
It's like when Randy Moss when he's with the Vikings and you still had Chris Carter. Chris Carter's still an OG, but you knew who team was going to be in a couple years.
Yeah.
And it's just like that. Tyler Lockett was there when DK got drafted. Now, nobody was expecting that. They just knew he was he could be possibly a great talent. He did become a good talent. you know who team is going to become.
Yeah.
And I felt like a lot of Tyler Lockett was like his play was predicated on how Russell was playing.
Okay.
Oh, it's fair. Those deep balls Russell used to throw him.
We don't call those deep. We don't call those deep balls.
Moon balls.
For Russell, it's a moon ball because he throws that thing so high up, it just comes down like you looking at the moon at night.
Well, what else will we expect from Mr. Unlimited?
Let's ride.
Yo, did you know he started a trend in the college ranks?
Yes, I saw that.
Everybody's doing
like
that.
West Virginia, right?
Yeah,
Like that?
Not even just West Virginia. There's multiple teams.
Oh, they're all like, let's ride.
Let's ride.
It's so. I don't get it.
There's a lesson in that. If you're corny enough, you can be a trendsetter no matter what you do. But focusing on DK Metcalf, this extension, I'll throw another name at you. Justin Jefferson.
Oh, I can't wait for his contract.
I'm telling you, this man is over in Minnesota with the biggest smile on his face.
I'll give you another name, Jamar Chase. He's far.
Absolutely.
He's far away. But if he keeps this up, oh my God.
Yeah, what if, because, all right, depending on how you look at it, right? Say if Minnesota is still have with Cousins, right? And you see that there's no way you progress, right? Is there a way if you're Justin Jefferson, you're like, I got to get over to them Bengals.
Think about that. That's not
I'd rather play with Joe Burrow as an NFL receiver than Kirk Cousins.
Look, the LSU Bengals. They might have to put a purple tie in here just for.
Let's trade for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You know,
man, as an LSU fan, like I would never go away from the Saints. But
you going who dat today?
Quick sidebar. You an LSU fan as well?
Oh, he is. Yeah, you know that?
Did you ever spend? What's the longest time you ever spent in Louisiana?
Well, I don't like to give details of my personal life.
I'm like, how did you become an LSU?
Josh was born on the Bayou.
Yes. We'll leave it at that.
He was not. For those at home, Josh was not from the South.
Narrator, he was not. But
at that moment, we realized,
yes,
Joshua Umahi was not from Louisiana.
Oh, I feel like I'm back in literature class. Stop, please. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, those two guys. Because think about it. DK Metcalf with this contract, he's only 23 right now. He'll be 27 years old when he's going to test the market again.
That's crazy.
Think about the money he's going to make in his career from from this contract and the next one. And by the way, when Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase reset the market astronomically, DK Metcalf is going to be the one with the big smile on his face.
Did you know DK's played like over 45 straight games in a row in the NFL career?
That's actually wild as a wide receiver. That's wild.
He's played over 45 straight games in the NFL
with the worst diet.
But look at him though.
You know what he says.
Yes, I know.
He drinks coffee and eat candy.
Man, he's got to be lying.
I think he's honest.
Do we have a cap button? Do we have a cap button?
We need a cap button.
We do.
I was like this when you bring 2 packs of gummies on GQ's 10 things that are essential to you. I believe you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's following in Marshawn Lynch's footsteps.
Skittles.
Yes. By the way, I was watching I think it was the Pivot podcast. Marshawn Lynch was on there. Oh, it was a phenomenal episode.
I can honestly see how Marshawn Lynch got into Skittles. Have you ever had like kids or nephews in like PAL or like anything like that? You do little things to give them incentives like, hey, you do this, I might take you to 7-Eleven to get you a slushie, or you might get some candy afterwards. You give me like 2 touchdowns.
You are right on that, by the way. Did y'all hear that lawsuit against Skittles too?
Oh yeah, I saw that and I almost cried because I eat Skittles all the time.
Wait, what's that? What?
Not to get too far into this, Skittles may cause cancer.
Okay, yeah, allegedly. Gotta throw that allegedly for.
They're banned in Europe. I found out.
I was like,
somewhere out there, there's a listener that has a mouthful of Skittles right now.
What?
Spitting it out. Sorry to do that to you. Sorry to do that to you.
Oh my God!
Do you remember when they threw Skittles on the field with Lamar?
Yes, like the bags and like actual loose Skittles. And
I was like, that's dangerous.
That's wild.
That's so stupid.
They wild over there in Seattle, man. That's for sure.
Yeah, they did in Oakland too, didn't they?
Well,
he brought Skittles to Oakland. He did.
Hey, I forgot to ask you because you wasn't here yesterday.
Yeah.
What did you think of Aaron Rodgers and how he pulled up to training camp?
What are you referring to? The comments or the Nicolas Cage thing?
The Nicolas Cage and the comments, Hall of Fame and the Hall of Fame.
Okay. The Nicolas Cage thing, I don't care. It's what Aaron Rodgers looks like. He looks like he just crawled out of a swamp. It's fine. That's how he looks. I'm okay with it. As long as he plays like an MVP, you can look like whatever you want, Aaron Rodgers. But anyway, the Hall of Fame and Hall of Famer thing. Here's the deal. Alan Lazard is terrible. I will bluntly say Alan Lazard is terrible. But I will throw in right now. I'm not saying he'll ever be a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying he'll be a Pro Bowler. I'm just saying he's gotten better every year. I don't like him personally as a wide receiver, especially the number one option. No way.
But don't you think he had to kind of say that because of what?
He had to back up his guy because Devontae Adams said it first.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that. He obviously misses Devontae even as a person. They were good friends, supposedly. They're the connection. You've all seen it. It was like unsaid. They just knew what to do with each other.
Their chemistry was...
It was a crazy thing.
It might have been the best quarterback-wide receiver tandem in terms of chemistry.
Yeah,
I've never seen anything like that.
I don't get why they always like for Aaron Rodgers. They always ruin his receivers core. When they had Jennings, they got rid of him. What was number Jones? They got rid of him.
James Jones.
Oh, that wide receiver core of Jennings, Jones, Cobb,
Jordy Nelson,
Jermichael Finley.
They won a Super Bowl with that tandem.
That was an incredible tandem.
And then you come in with Devontae Adams.
Yeah. Jordy was there with Devontae for a few years. Yeah. That's when he was going crazy, Rodgers, because he had all that talent.
2014.
I kind of feel sorry for Rodgers. Like, Rodgers is in that same boat with Lamar, where it's like, except he had receivers. It's just that as of late, his team has just been like, yeah, you really don't need it. We believe in you.
Yeah, they're like, you can make anybody good. And he's like, yeah, but it would help to have anybody that can catch a football.
Listen, as a Saints fan, I had to watch. It was terrible.
You didn't have a quarterback either. That's got to suck.
Yeah, Jameis was great before he got hurt, but Taysom Hill was throwing to like
Traquan Smith,
Marcus Callaway, Kevin White. I wanted to throw up.
I don't care what nobody says. The worst, most entertaining game will be the game when Taysom Hill was playing against the Broncos and they had a receiver as the quarterback.
Yes. Oh my god!
Literally, I think both of them combined for like 50 yards.
And by the way, that year for us, Michael Thomas was hurt too. Mm-hmm. So the Saints hadn't it was just Michael Thomas when he was healthy and nobody else. Yep. But Matt, for your Packers,
Christian Watson, I'm relying on so heavily this year. I know he's a rookie, but I am relying on him so much to be productive.
I like Watson. I like Amari Rodgers as a sleeper.
I do like that. You've said that a few times. I like that a lot.
And that defense is going to be
the defense will carry them. They're going to carry them.
Unreal. The secondary. They're
young, too. I like that.
It's going to be phenomenal.
They're young and hungry, that defense. It's really nice to see. Finally, they care about defense on this team.
I can see y'all ripping off like a 20. The result won't be the same as far as like how Drew Brees went out, but like a 2020 Saints season, defense carries the quarterback, but Rodgers isn't going to carry.
Rodgers is going to be way better than Drew Brees was.
Exactly.
His arm is still able to go 60 yards down the field.
And I don't even like Rodgers or the Packers, so the fact that I'm saying this makes it true. Like,
I know.
The Packers, anybody that's saying, the Packers are going to fall off a cliff in the NFC,
come on,
hold your horses a little bit. Let's slow down on that.
The defense is going to be better than the offense this year, and that's my hot take, because like, even with Rodgers arguably the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
You can argue that easily. Easily top 3, right? Maybe top 2.
Easily top 3. He's
back-to-back MVP, and I think their offense isn't going to be as good as their defense, and that's saying so much.
Speaking of top whatever quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson, this contract saga. I want to get to the Kyler thing, so I'll run through this quickly.
How much was this brought up yesterday, Lamar? Anything?
We mentioned it. We brought it up.
There has been further developments.
Okay, what do you got?
Well, Lamar Jackson at this press conference yesterday, which Steve Bisciotti and John Harbaugh were both looking above, just watching, he did say there's a cutoff point.
Oh, yes.
He's like this. He says the deal should be done before the start of the season.
Cutoff point?
No, he's saying before the season starts.
Before the season starts.
Cutoff deadline.
A deal should get done before the start of the season.
Well, it should, but listen, Lamar Jackson, this whole thing, it's Lamar Jackson on the Baltimore Ravens. You have nothing else. It is Lamar Jackson, and it is everything else, which isn't much. And the fact that people are still picking the Ravens to win that division with the AFC champions in it tells you how great he is.
Do you know why I'll let you go, Matt.
I have breaking news. I'm sorry. I have to do this.
Sure.
It's Mets news, and I'm going to cry.
Uh-oh.
The Mets have DFA'd Travis Jankowski to make room for Tyler Naquin.
Well, I saw it coming.
But get this one. David Peterson has been optioned to AAA. Because they're trying to move for the new pitcher.
What?
Yeah.
Phil Thiel.
I don't know about... I think it's to make room for him. They also recall from the minors... maybe because Peterson just needs rest and they're taking up a roster or something like a pitch. I don't know.
Possibly.
That happens with him a lot. Sam Clay and Steven Nagosek have been recalled from the minor leagues. So Peterson's out to the minors. Jankowski's really out. He's DFA'd. He's gone.
What is going on?
He's like the fastest player on the team.
What is going? Well,
I'm very wait and see with the Mets because I trust the front office. But
that's one thing I wanted to bring up during the first block of the show, where it was the Naquin acquisition pretty much sealed Jankowski's fate.
That's true. They have too many outfielders now.
Yeah, you need.
Naquin's fast though, so I'm okay with the move. Lefty outfielder, same kind of thing.
Jankowski's a burner though.
Oh, I know.
Like
the hair too. Oh,
yeah, very cool looking guy. Very cool looking guy. But yeah, we'll see what the Mets.
But now we get more Luis Guillorme and less Eduardo Escobar. That's what the Naquin trade is.
That's
to put McNeil at second base full time and put Guillorme at third instead of Escobar.
I wanted to bring that up as well.
I love that.
The interesting thing about, like, ideally, or at least initially in your mind, you would think Canna versus lefties, Naquin versus righties.
Yeah.
But Canna is hitting righties a lot better than lefties.
That's true.
So that's interesting.
His power is versus lefties, but you don't need the power from him much.
Yeah.
Like, he's not a power hitter. He hits home runs, of course, but not a power hitter.
I do like the idea with Naquin trade of making McNeil a permanent infielder.
Yes.
Because I don't like him.
He's great everywhere, but the injury risk is too great out there.
His legs, I don't like that in the outfield.
Yeah, I don't either.
So you make him a permanent outfielder. You set up a platoon with Escobar and Guillorme.
I would just bench Escobar. I don't care.
He's hitting well enough against.
That's true. And Guillorme lefty, so fine. I can fine with that. Yeah.
But hey, everything with the Mets is still up in the air. I'm looking at these moves like, what is going on? What's going on?
We'll know by Tuesday what the plan is.
What's going on in Citi Field, the Mets offices? That's what I want to know.
You think you're the Windhorst?
Yeah. What's going on?
What's really going on with Billy Epler?
We'll find out August 2nd.
Yeah, that meme will just be always like for now
so
forever.
good.
You know, he was asked about that. I was listening to him on an interview. He was asked about that, and Brian Windhorst said, you know, Stephen A. was out. It was a Friday before the July 4th weekend, and you know, the first letter in ESPN is entertainment. So I was trying to he definitely got it done. So
all right,
he definitely got it done. He got it done. It was entertaining.
Yeah, but Lamar Jackson.
Went viral.
Back to Lamar Jackson, right?
Sure.
I'm fully with him on the decision to make this deadline. By the way. I know you said you didn't like it, right? You don't like the deadline? You think you should sign during the season or something?
Listen,
he has leverage and he knows it. He's using it to his advantage. He doesn't stay with the Ravens either.
So here's my question. Should they make him the highest paid quarterback in the NFL?
No.
No?
I say no.
Really?
I think they will, because they have to, because of the situation. That's how it works. It's always when you sign your contract as opposed to the market value, that what you get. That's how it works. I don't think he deserves to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL at all.
Because he's not the best quarterback in the NFL?
Not even that. I just don't think he deserves to be the highest paid for a lot of reasons. One, he's not the best quarterback, and I get the market, timing, everything is whatever.
Okay.
I understand that. But, I mean, I know Corey always says he's a finesse runner. He doesn't get hit a lot. Even hitting hit in the pocket, though, he's gotten hurt enough that I don't want to make him the highest paid.
Now I'm gonna go with mine.
Yeah.
I would make him the highest paid, or at least equal with Josh Allen.
You'd be okay with him getting the money?
Yes, because of the fact is, you say that his play style is injured. I literally seen a guy in Josh Allen run the ball about 7 times. Not like just like he run here, pass here. No, I seen him run like consecutively 5 or 6 times, and I'm not talking about where it's like. Okay, it's like a soft hit or something.
Yeah, right out of bounds. No, Josh Allen will bowl you over.
He was getting the Cam Newton runs.
Yeah.
And you know, as much as we like Cam Newton, his body wore down after a while.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing with Lamar is, the fact is, to your point, you said that they're expected to win the division. Do you know why that is? Over the Bengals? Because unlike last year, where the Bengals had a good string of wins, right? Against the Baltimore Ravens, and they were dominating that division, the Ravens were terribly injured. Everybody was dismantled.
Yes.
And Jamar Chase had a crazy game that game.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just against a Marlon Humphrey and a no-name secondary. Now you're coming back with Marcus Peters, Marlon Humphreys, and you got Kyle Hamilton, and you got Marcus Williams from your Saints. So you have a great secondary. You still have Calais Campbell. You have Adolphe. You have Adolphe.
I don't know.
Adolphe Owe, who's probably one of the best. young promising up like pass rushers. So I feel like you actually have some weapons around him this year where you could do some. And he has his receiving core. As much as people say it's not good or anything like that, those receivers have been around with a minute. Devin Duvernay and James Prochet, they actually have been good. Like they just have never been given a chance.
I love Rashad Bateman.
Rashad Bateman, fantasy sleeper.
Oh, I had him last year and he was good. Yeah,
he's going to be phenomenal this year. Here's what I'll say on Lamar Jackson, right? Because Matt, you say he doesn't deserve to be the highest paid.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I say either highest paid or with
on
James,
par with Josh Allen,
because both actually are at the same point where they haven't accomplished really anything.
That's part of it too. I feel like a highest paid quarterback in the league is it's a very loosely thrown around term these days because like it was Derek Carr for a while. I love Derek Carr, but his ceiling is like the 10th best quarterback in the league right now.
The thing is, even if you say like, okay, if you pay Lamar and like Josh Allen money and you have Josh Allen and you look at those two guys as like the top like earners, they're really not, because you still have Aaron Rodgers who could make. I think
Mahomes.
But yeah, that's the thing. I don't care what nobody tells me. Nobody's making more than Mahomes.
Oh no.
Just because his deal on paper right now looks like he's not making that much, but he is like his deal is for I believe worth like half a bill.
Yeah, it is.
The deal needs to be in the ballpark of Mahomes, though.
No.
In the ballpark.
No. Mahomes.
Yes, it does.
Mahomes is making, like I said, $500 million. Lamar Jackson should not be making $500 million.
In the ballpark is a subjective term. You could be talking about left field, right field. We could be talking about behind the plate.
He out the park.
Let me tell you this.
He out the park.
If we're talking in the ballpark of Lamar Jackson and Mahomes in the same ballpark, we need Lamar Jackson to be sitting in the last row in the outfield left.
That's crazy.
And Mahomes to be at the plate.
That's crazy.
The kids, they have two, right? 2 Super Bowls?
Kansas City? In history or with Mahomes?
No, with Mahomes. 1 or 2.
They made 2, they won 1. The Bucks beat them.
So
he's only got 1 ring, Mahomes.
So
he is the MVP, though.
Who are the highest paid quarterbacks in the league right now? Mahomes, and
Rodgers.
Then Allen, right?
I think Stafford's up there too.
So if Lamar wins, if they were to ever win a Super Bowl, if they just happen to win a Super Bowl this year, he'd be just as accomplished as Mahomes.
Well,
I agree.
Let me ask y'all a question. Has Josh Allen ever won an MVP?
No.
Has Josh Allen had the record that Lamar Jackson has had right from the gate?
No.
So the Mahomes thing, it might be unfair, right? Mahomes is far away
another level. He's generational. That's another level.
So for people to say, "Oh, he shouldn't even be in Josh Allen's ballpark," are you kidding me?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying he shouldn't be the highest. He shouldn't be Mahomes tier.
I've heard that.
Josh Allen tier is fine.
Some people hate on Lamar Jackson so much, and we talked about that quote yesterday, Corey. I don't care if he wins 12 MVPs, he won't win one as a quarterback.
Oh, wow.
Are you kidding me? Who talks about this? Who talks like this about an NFL quarterback? And
that's one unanimous MVP at like 24.
And it's objective and it's not hate.
The reason why that comment was just so stupid, because I was thinking like, Aaron Rodgers is arguably one of the best quarterbacks ever to play the game. And you probably put him top 5, top 6.
Yes.
And to my knowledge, he only won 1 Super Bowl, but he's won multiple MVPs.
He's got 1 Super Bowl and 4 MVPs. Yes.
Yes, and that's why he'll be look. His MVPs are going to outweigh his Super Bowls at this point. And if he could end his career today, he'll still be one of the best top tier 1 quarterbacks.
Yes.
Let's just say if Lamar wins half of what that guy, the anonymous defensive coordinator, said, so he wins 6 MVPs.
No one's ever done that in the history of the league, by the way.
Exactly.
Rodgers, I think, is creeping up on the record of, I think it's 5, right? Rodgers had the record of 4.
Peyton Manning, I think, had 5.
Then 5. Okay, it's 5.
But think about that.
No one's ever won 6.
I say that, and I'm not saying Lamar Jackson's going to win 6 MVPs. That's insanely hard in the NFL.
Nobody's going to do that.
Because nobody's done it, right. But
Mahomes is the only guy I can see maybe.
It speaks to how defensive coordinators, fans, front offices, Bill Polian, they show you what they think about Lamar Jackson.
With Mahomes, I want to see how he do this year without Tyreek Hill for the first time ever.
He's got Kelsey, who's an amazing target.
He still has Kelsey, but Kelsey's a tight end.
Kelsey's in his prime still, and Kelsey is like the best tight end in football.
By the way, fantasy football, McCole Hardman.
It's debatable. It's a three-way tie.
I wouldn't call it a 3-way tie.
It's a 3-way tie. Him.
Kittle and Andrews?
Yeah.
Kittle, Andrews, and who?
Kelsey.
Andrews had a better
time for first.
Andrews had a better statistical last year.
Yeah, look at the last 5 years though. Kelsey's like the guy.
We talk about in the ballpark. I'd say those three are in the same locker room.
They're in the same tier.
Yeah,
but Kelsey's one.
Well, you have to say that because of the stats he puts up.
Andrews over Kittle.
I would do the same.
Okay,
Well, okay.
Because Kittle's injury history, that's the only problem.
Look at us.
When Kittle's on the field and healthy, I put him over Andrews, but he's not.
Oh, one last scene fully healthy. George Kittle.
He's a monster.
What he did to my Saints.
Remember the Saints had a hand in his face mask. He scored a touchdown.
Everybody was violating the Saints.
Oh, God, yeah.
The last Drew Brees years. Oh, my goodness. You are listening to WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Once again, Matt Leonard, Kory David joined myself, Joshua Umahi, and let's get to this Kyler Murray stuff. 516-572-7440 if you want to join in this conversation. So, what a difference a day makes, or a couple of days. Arizona removed the independent study clause in Kyler's deal, and let me just say this before I'll give it to you, Matt.
Thank you.
Everybody in this situation from the Arizona standpoint, Kyler, Kingsbury, the GM, they all look insanely terrible right now. They look awful right now. All of them. We got a caller on WHPC Sports Talk. Caller, who are you? Where are you coming from?
Where am I coming from? I'm coming from North Las Vegas. I'm in Raider country, and my name is Dave. I'm a former Long Islander. How you guys doing?
Hey, thank you for the call, Dave. I'm high on your Raiders, by the way. High on your Raiders this year.
Yeah, it's funny. Every night they have there's actually a radio station that's devoted. It's called Raider Nation, and they do other shows, but they're in love with well, again, it depends on who they interview. People either hate the Raiders as far as their ability this year. Defensively, they're not that good, but obviously offensively they're good. But you know what? Again, I think the West is probably, and again, I'm a Giant fan, and again, I'm in my 60s, but. Okay. Like I said, I've been around a long time. But if you look at the West, and you know what team that everybody's touting? I'm going to say everybody I listen to on the radio? Denver.
That's right.
Only because of the offensive line, the running backs, a good defense. Russell Wilson is not going to be chased around like he was in Seattle. And they, I listen to the people that gamble. I just listen. But you pick up little bits and pieces and stuff like that. But everybody's in love with Denver out here.
Now, that's interesting. A lot of people are. Now, the AFC West is, like you said, it's a dungeon. It's not a dungeon, but what's the word I'm looking for?
That's the main division.
It's really fierce. It's fierce.
That's going to be like the
gauntlet. Gauntlet. That's the word I was looking for. Like it's.
Well, it's like the old NFC East when the Giants and Cowboys and Philly would knock the heck out of each other along with Washington.
I see it the same way as like the NFC East is now to this point. Like I don't see a repeat winner coming from that division moving forward because you have the Chargers with Herbert. You have the Raiders. I love the Raiders this year.
You can't count Mahomes and the Chiefs out ever.
Cannot count them out. Can't count them out. Just can't do it. And then
the Broncos have improved so much. Yeah. They have a shot too. If I had to predict that division, I have no clue. I think 3 teams may make the playoffs out of that division.
I'm still thinking about it. Yeah.
It's funny, and I'm learning out here, and I still carry my Long Island accent. It's when you say Raiders, you got to say it you got to say it loud, R-A-Y, and then Ders. You got to say Raiders and stuff like that. But I'm learning the lingo. I'm learning the lingo out here. But I'll give you a funny betting angle with Cleveland this year. There is going to be a suspension because only of the 24 women that filed, 4 have not. So that's going to open the door for a suspension. And if you look at Cleveland, as far as the amount of dead money that they have to pay, obviously with Mayfield and Watson, when it comes to midseason, they're not. And somebody goes down with an injury, or a couple of guys go down, they don't have the money to buy or to grab somebody. So and they better hope that their quarterbacks don't go down because they're going to be picking off the junk heap. And their number right now, I believe, is 8.5 as far as wins.
Wow.
That's an interesting number.
In fact, it was up at 9.5. But there is going to be some sort of some adjudication against. And again, the NFL and Goodell is they're going to punish him. And even if he wins in court 2 years from now, it's still going to affect Cleveland this year.
Absolutely.
And I brought up this point before. Again, I don't know to which panel I was speaking to, but this is the last year that the NFL games are going to be the way we're used to it. Next year, and if you Google it, NFL games 2023, every game is considered a free agent. It's going to go to the highest bidders. So as far as you know, Giant fans and Jet fans, you're going to get them 16 weeks because no one's bidding for those games. But as far as the premier, well, I'm just telling you that because again, the schedule hasn't been established. But the premier games are going to go to the highest, the highest bidder. And who knows how many extra, entities out there are going to be bidding for these games. So again, start digging into your pocket.
Yeah, that's great stuff. Great call, Dave.
Man.
Okay, and expect Gronkowski out to be back on the field after Game 8.
Oh, well, yeah. that's his forte, Dave, at this point. We know that. He don't like to do the OTAs. He don't like to do the start of the season.
He'll just show up and win a Super Bowl.
Okay, and like I said, next time I talk to you, I'll let you know as far as the dynamics as far as college football and how they're going to be breaking the country into 4 pieces and establishing basically a 16-team playoff system that, again, in the future, you might have to dip into your pocket to see the championship games. But that's why they want Notre Dame to join the Big Ten. And what they've told Notre Dame is if you join the Big Ten, we'll also invite Stanford, which is a Notre Dame. And again, USC is already over there with UCLA. Like they said, all they want to do is build up 4 different quadrants in the United States.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And then what you'll have 16 teams, and that'll be battling it out for a playoff.
Great call, Dave. Thank you as always. He mentioned that the last time we spoke to him. And
yeah, last Friday about, right?
That's insane. Think about that. Notre Dame finally joining a conference and all this stuff. Like, that's actually, think about that. Insane. And as far as the AFC West he was talking about, I know we were talking about Kyler Murray, but I just want to get this one point out.
When we do that division predictions, I'm going to be really straining myself. That's hard.
It's so tough to call.
A lot of people will be wrong.
Not every team is just good. Every team in that division has the chance to be great.
To win the division. Easily.
Absolutely. The Raiders.
I wouldn't say it's equal, but they all got a shot.
And absolutely. And the team that I feel like people sleep on the most are the Raiders.
Oh, yes.
But they have Josh McDaniels coaching Derek Carr, who has Hunter Renfrow, Devontae Adams, Darren Waller, Josh
Their
Jacobs.
defense is not talked about enough. Max Crosby's a monster.
They got so much better in the trenches this offseason.
Yes.
Like, people don't talk about that enough, and that's where football games are won. But hey, let's talk about the NFC West and Kyler Murray. And like I was saying, Matt, just what a joke everybody comes off as right now.
They got publicly shamed for take that clause out because it made both parties look bad. It made you feel like the organization didn't have confidence in Kyler, and then on Kyler's part, it looked like Kyler wasn't doing what he's supposed to do. So, I guess it's a way to save face in a way, because Kyler had that emergency press conference meeting. And it was like basically him telling his side, like, "Hey, I really do this. If I didn't study, I wouldn't be here."
So I respect everything he says in that press conference. I think he's right
because he does have a point. Because if he didn't study, he really wouldn't be here. Because at his height,
it's hard.
At his height, you got to know precisely where your guys are, especially when you can't see over the offensive line. You just got to. That's a real timing thing.
Corey, you said public pressure got the Cardinals to change this.
Yes.
So you're saying bullying works?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm kidding. Kidding.
It doesn't. In the sports world,
we've seen so many times something will happen. And
healthy bullying. Let's go with that.
Yeah. Okay, the public will be like, "Oh, why'd you do that?"
Nobody was name calling or hitting anybody.
No, exactly,
so let's go with healthy bullying.
I was just kidding everyone.
It's like Danny Green when he couldn't hit a shot and then out of nowhere.
Yep.
Twitter got to him and then
public opinion. That's what.
And then he made one of the biggest shots in the bubble.
I know. I would say this on Kyler Murray, then I really want to get to the NBA segment we have planned, because this is great. I can't wait for this.
Yes.
Okay. Kyler Murray, he's absolutely right, first of all, in that he would not be where he is if he didn't watch film. Corey's right. Kyler Murray's right. There's no way he gets to this point and gets all that money, earns all that money, without watching film. And I really just... I was so annoyed when I saw they took it out, because first of all, putting it in was a joke. You're right. Yeah. Putting it in the contract was a total joke. I was even more annoyed when they contradicted themselves and took it out.
Yeah,
I was like,
at
why?
That point, just stand on it,
And the Cardinals were like, "We're mad at whoever leaked this," and I'm like, "You're the idiots that put it in there to begin with."
Exactly.
You think that's not going to get out?
By the way, all these reporters, Schefter, Rappaport, all these guys, I bet you they have a lawyer, somebody with a law background in their office to be like, read this contract from front to back and find me whatever I can make a story out of. That's probably what happened here.
Yeah,
I guarantee
course.
you.
And then also, like, I was thinking, why don't they just, if this is really an issue for Kyler Murray, obviously it sounds like it's not. If this was truly an issue that he didn't watch enough film, do it to Jamarcus Russell. Just do that. Don't make it a public spectacle.
Right. You know, it's...
Give him the blank tapes and see what he does with it. I'm serious. Like, that worked apparently.
Apparently.
It didn't become a spectacle like this did. It didn't embarrass anybody. No. He was caught in the act and he knew it. Fine.
No, you said it, Matt. This... You can see it, especially if Kyler never wins like a championship or has any like playoff success. This is going to follow him.
Oh yeah,
his entire career.
And it's just a dumb storyline that maybe they put it in there as like an insurance thing. Is like, we want to make sure you're doing this. He's obviously doing it. Maybe not to the extent they like, because maybe they wanted more than what he did, and maybe like, we want you to earn the money because it's a lot of money they gave him.
It is,
but like. This is so embarrassing, demeaning. It's ridiculous.
That's why I say everyone involved. If you want to say, oh, Kyler looks the worst, Kingsbury looks the worst, the front office everybody looks.
Kyler doesn't look that bad.
I'm telling you though, this might. If Kyler struggles, everybody, the idiots on Twitter and all these fans are going to say, oh, Kyler doesn't do film study. Kyler doesn't do film study. Like that's what we're going to have. He's going to have to deal with that.
I can imagine the jokes that are going to come out of this about Kyler Murray's height and being a child. I can see it now if he doesn't do well.
Rough day for the Short Kings with a...
I'm going to say this. Yeah. If Kyler Murray starts the season, like, let's say they go like 0-5 or something to start.
Bro.
I am going to... I'll stand by this. I'll personally make a tweet of Kyler Murray. You know, Corey makes fun of the way he runs. He goes, wee! He looks like a toddler running around. I will personally make a tweet of a little gif of Kyler Murray running around, and I'm just gonna say like Kyler run to the film room or something. Like,
wow.
If they start 0-5, I promise, it's on the air. I will tweet that out.
That's hilarious.
I've never tweeted anything in my life. I just watch Twitter. I don't put anything on there. I'll put that on Twitter.
That is hilarious. And we talk about this contract and this thing with clauses, teams putting clauses in these players' contracts, because we saw Zion Williamson.
That I get.
That's wild, though. A weight clause?
No. It's wild. But it's not just weight. That's the thing.
Okay.
It's the weight and the percent body fat. That's the key here.
Oh, that was a good. That was a smooth transition.
Yeah, it was.
Listen, I get that, but
the sum of the weight and the body fat. But look, the 5% should not be above 295, right? That's what it is?
A lot of players have that in their clauses. Like, if you look at Shaq most definitely had. Now, there's been some ones that have been interesting because Brandon Ingram, I believe, had a weight gain clause.
That's interesting.
Where they actually had it. They said he had to be over a certain amount of pounds.
Someone get Chet Holmgren on the phone.
Yeah.
He probably gonna have to be one of them ones where they put him on a diet plan where he has to gain more weight. But there's always been that type of situation where guys had weight clauses. If you look at even in NFL, Leonard Fournette now.
In the NFL, definitely. You're right, Corey. You're right. There's definitely clauses in most of the contracts that we don't hear about. But the fact that these two were publicized, bro,
look,
that's wild.
The Miami Heat, they go crazy for they test your weight every week.
Really?
Either every week or every 2 weeks. That's why they said that this year coming.
Jimmy Butler just gained about 5 pounds on his head. I'm still on it. I'm sorry.
No, they said what's his name? Kyle
Lowry.
Kyle Lowry, he's in the best shape of his life right now.
Because Pat Riley don't play.
Yeah, he let him slide that first year, but you're not doing this again.
Okay, thank God. No more big butt Kyle Lowry jokes. Thank God. I think we could all do without that.
Now we can go with the Chris Paul jokes.
Yeah,
I hear those too. I'm just saying.
Now the funniest, I don't care what nobody say. The funniest thing I've ever seen about Kyle Lowry was somebody was joking. He said, "I could do what Kyle Lowry do." He was just basically insinuating that Kyle Lowry was trash.
Man, listen.
He's not.
He's
really not.
You got to respect champions around here, man. He's a champion.
Yeah, he has a statue in Toronto. Whether you agree with it or not, he's got a statue outside a stadium.
You know, KD getting hurt had a lot to do with that, but champions are champions nonetheless. Had to get that shot in there. Matt, you and I saw this Bleacher Report thing where it's like, which NBA moment lives rent-free in our heads?
All right.
And
I have to get the key out for what I put in the vault now. Because what I did, for those at home, we have, for those behind the scenes of the radio world, we have an audio vault where we put all our songs, our music, intros, everything audio we play that is not us talking comes out of this audio vault. And I loaded in, with the help of Josh and Kory giving me some tips on what they wanted in too, 10 iconic NBA moments that live rent-free in people's heads. I took advice from the internet. I did some of my own. Josh, you have them all there?
Yeah, 1 to 10, baby.
Okay. It's always going to be like NBA Name That Tune, because I'm not going to tell you what it is till you play it. You got to trust me. It's going to be safe, I promise. They're all safe. They're all from broadcasts and stuff. They're all safe.
Play them 1 to 10.
Yeah, not in a row.
Okay.
We're going to comment a little bit. The first one is a NBA, I think this is NBA playoffs. Yeah, it's Heat and Celtics. No, sorry, Cavs and Celtics.
Okay.
Go on.
Let it rip.
Garnett comes out on LeBron. Now they switch, and here's Pierce again. A Smith screen. Posey will defend. Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life.
That's the guy, Kevin Harlan, right there.
Oh, yeah.
Why do I feel like I know exactly what moment that was? It's like when LeBron had this like monster dunk coming from
on
the
Kevin
right.
Garnett. Yeah, exactly right.
And he had like a crazy expression like
that's what I'm saying. You know what these are. You can picture it just hearing it. That's what the point of these.
So good.
Number 2 was Josh's suggestion, and I'll leave it at that. The whole thing is there if you want to do the whole thing, by the way.
Oh.
Go.
Oh, say, can you see?
You know, we'll talk over this one just because I don't want to have our listeners' ears bleed.
My favorite part about that is the remix.
I was thinking about adding that too, but that's too much.
And the whole audience was dancing into it.
Son, no.
Draymond Green's face during this.
The funniest thing about this was, again, this is terrible. It's beautifully terrible. But everyone's reaction is like not trying to laugh, trying their best not to laugh.
It's a national anthem. You don't want to laugh at it, but this is so bad.
You had KD and LeBron losing, and you had Steph Curry trying to hold in his laughter and just losing it.
Like, regardless of how you feel politically or anything about this country, you don't like the laughter of the national anthem. It's disrespectful. This is so bad.
We might get through the whole song.
No, we're not doing it.
No. I'm not going to do that to our listeners.
Fade it out, Josh.
I'm not going to do that to our listeners.
No, I can't do that.
Terrible though.
No, wait. Go back up for a second.
All right, let's take it. No, you can't say.
This is the good part.
It is.
Okay, we're good. I forgot about that part.
Wait.
Hey, listen.
A little bit longer. I want to wait for the piece de resistance.
Okay, fine. Okay, that's it.
Oh my god.
End it now.
Oh man.
We've 8 more to go.
That was
so
horrible.
good.
That was horrible.
Okay, I promise the rest are not like that.
That was Charles Barkley. Terrible. That was terrible.
He appears later on. Moving forward.
I'm sure.
Okay. Number 3 is a post-game interview, and it's one of the most iconic of all time. Go.
Okay.
Against all odds, I don't know why we want to take the hardest road. I don't know why the man above gives me the hardest road, but it's nothing to man above. Don't put you in situations that you can't handle. And I just kept that same positive attitude, like instead of saying why me, they're saying this is what he want me to do. And Cleveland, this is for you. Oh.
You know the funny thing about that, there was a YouTube video of him like saying all that, but like over a church theme.
I think there might be another moment from that game coming up.
It will in a few.
Ooh, okay.
Next one, get some tissues ready.
Oh,
that's all I'll say. Go.
Okay.
Hey, guys, you know it's I can't believe how fast 20 years went by. I mean, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. And, to be standing here at center court with you guys, my teammates behind me, and appreciating all this, the journey that we've been on. We've been through our ups and been through our downs. And I think the most important part is that we all stayed together throughout. God, I love you guys. What can I say? Mamba out.
Iconic.
What can you say?
Iconic.
What can you say?
Mamba out. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Number 5 is Corey's pick.
Okay.
Just one.
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection.
Yeah, that had to be here. That
You
had
gotta have
to be
Mike
here.
Breen here somewhere, and that's the most iconic Mike. Forget the bang, everything. That's the most iconic Mike Breen call of all time.
Look, I've never been so proud to lose money. I was like this. I bet it like. I bet it with a friend. Like, you know how they say you bet when on the opposite team. Yeah. I did something like that where I wanted the Cavs to win, but I
emotional
bet
hedging.
I bet with the Warriors. I bet with the Warriors, and it just so happened to turn out beautifully.
Yeah, you lost money, but as a LeBron fan, you got your gift. That's for sure.
But who would ever thought that they would have come back from 3-1?
Oh, I sure as hell didn't.
Yeah. All right, number 6.
Look,
hold on to those tissues.
Sweep you guys. You wanted us. You were crying out that you bypassed the harder team in Miami Heat.
Rose came down bad on his left foot. See him holding on to his knee and down. He was flying, and he came down wrong on the left foot. Now, whether it was an ankle or a knee, I do not know.
Tom Thibodeau, why was he in the game? Why
I knew
was
someone was
going to
say it. Someone had to say it.
He was, why? If the game's over, why you have to...
They were up by 15. I was watching the highlight today putting this in.
Why
they were up 15.
That's when I knew Tibbs was a criminal, bro.
Yeah.
A terrible person.
That one makes me sad to this day. And I pray to God John Morant does not end up like that, because the way he lands scares the hell out of me.
He had a couple landings in the playoffs, which is
number 7. Hold on.
Okay.
Don't play it yet. You guys are gonna get really mad at me for this. Hit the button.
With the 7th pick in the 2009 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select Stephen Curry from Davidson College.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't put, was it Jordan Hill? I'm glad you didn't put
I'm glad
you didn't
It still hurts. It still hurts. As a Knicks fan, if I wasn't hosting a show right now, I would walk right out here.
Yeah, I know.
That's terrible. Come on, man.
I actually got the idea from a Timberwolves fan on the internet. So,
yeah. By the way,
they're way more upset.
They can't say anything because
what do you mean? They took 2 picks before him.
I know. That's why I'm saying they can't say anything about the Knicks.
Oh yeah, but the Knicks, they can't say anything about Curry because they're mad. The fans are mad they didn't get Curry. They had 2 picks that weren't Steph Curry. In a row.
Johnny Flynn.
And Ricky Rubio.
Amazing.
Garden legend.
I don't even think Johnny Flynn played more than 2 years.
No. That's literally 2 years.
Number 8.
Okay.
Let's see. Iconic announcer moment from, I think, last season.
Okay, let's hear it.
Leading by 5. Loose. Picked up by Plumlee. Here comes Rozier. He's got Miles. Oh! Yowza! Hum-diddly-dee! That was incredible!
Hey, Corey.
There were so many to pick from. I picked that one.
I forgot what is that announcer's name?
I have no idea.
Eric Collins.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, when we do basketball games in the winter and the fall,
hum-diddly-dee?
I'm not going to steal his lingo, but I'm going to bring the energy, bro. I'm going to channel my inner Eric Collins.
Don't scream like that. I don't like that.
Wowzers!
We'll turn the volume down in the
Turn the mixer down a little bit.
I was watching a lot of Charlotte Hornets games.
Yeah.
There was a lot of opposing announcers that was hating on him.
I know.
They was like, I remember one of the Bulls announcers was like, I bet you money Collins is losing his voice right now.
Man, they just jealous because they don't love the game like Eric Collins, baby.
They don't have the passion.
Come on, man.
He's the first announcer I've seen on a lot of bases just get on Bleacher Report, House of Highlights.
Oh, everything.
Just because his voice.
His intensity, that's what it is.
It's beautiful. You can tell he's in love with the game, for real.
Number 9, iconic playoff moment, I believe 2018 or 19, I forget. But playoffs, I forget what year that was in, but yeah, around there.
Okay, let's hear it.
You got to be aware of the inbounder here if you're Philly.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger? Series! Toronto has won!
That's great.
That is the best sports moment I have witnessed live on television in my life.
Just because the way the ball bounced, it was like, poof.
Yes,
and it was like it felt so long that Kawhi had enough time to just squat, look at the shot like this. and just go.
First off,
and that's the first time you've seen emotion from him.
Oh yeah.
The call was phenomenal by Kevin Harlan and Greg Anthony, and also. Remember the whole Game of Thrones thing was a big thing. If you're watching Game of Thrones instead of that game, you're a loser. There,
sorry.
I'm not gonna lie though. Game of Thrones is.
No, I wasn't watching the game. I was watching the game.
Game of Thrones is fire though. I caught up. I watched that thing twice now. Rewatched it twice.
Let me just say about that before we go to number 10, because number 10 you'll like. But there's not about number 9 there. About the Kawhi buzzer beater.
Okay.
I remember where I was. I was in my friend's basement. And I remember we were rooting so hard for Kawhi and the Raptors. I don't know why we were the whole game.
He's a fun guy.
Because we hated. Everybody hated Golden State.
Well, Kawhi's my cousin. Whatever. I said it every time I bring him up. Cousin Kawhi. Anyway, but it's all in the family. But Kawhi takes that shot. And my friend starts screaming, no, he thinks it's going to miss. It bounces. We stand up. We're sitting. We stand up. We're like crouching over the TV. This was, remember how late that game was too? Like late at night? Yeah. I'm at my friend's house. It's like almost 11 or 12 o'clock at night. That shot goes in. We scream. We're in the basement. And his mom texts him within a minute. Guys, I don't care what just happened in the game. Shut up.
Hey.
He texts back something like, Kawhi won the game.
If you're going to lose your mind at any sports moment, that was the one you should do.
Because it gets the suspense on the bounce. Oh, my God.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible to watch live.
Okay, last and most certainly not least, I promised you Charles Barkley. Here he is.
I go to Portland, I'm going to get all the free Nike stuff I want. If I go to San Antonio, I'm going to get a bunch of churros.
What kind of women are in San Antonio?
Some big old women down there.
Why would you say that?
That's a gold mine for Weight Watchers.
Why say that?
Why does every conversation about San Antonio eventually come around to...
They have spandex in San Antonio.
No. And Victoria, definitely a secret.
Oh, man. You know what the crazy thing is? My brother-in-law and my sister just moved to San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, no. Ask her to bring back churros, will you?
And some vanilla ice cream and some Diet Coke for old Charles Barkley. Oh, man. That was great.
Tell him to take a picture of the guy Victoria's Secret down there.
No, the funniest thing about that was, you remember the episode where he was like, Chuck, how it look eating the churros?
Please, I need to apologize to the women in San Antonio. He's like, I had a churro last night and it was good.
I understand. I understand, San Antonio.
Oh my God. He's like, I'm so sorry I made fun of you. They're so good.
Man, by the way, I wanted to close with this.
Yes.
I'm so happy that was the last one.
Okay.
So Charles Barkley was in negotiations with Live Golf. You mentioned this before, Corey, but you know it's not going to happen. He's going to stay at TNT.
He's staying home.
Staying
home.
Right where he belongs, baby.
Thank the good Lord.
Man, if we lost, imagine going into an NBA season and we don't have Charles Barkley on.
It would be good. It wouldn't be as good. I don't doubt that it'd be good,
but
he makes the show.
That's such a big presence.
Him and Shaq.
No, I think he makes it more than Shaq. Because Shaq doesn't say the dumb thing, because Shaq's intelligent. Shaq doesn't say the dumb things Chuck says.
Hey, Inside the NBA is a phenomenal show. I thought we were pretty good today.
You will never hear Shaq say, reading a teleprompter, I'm a dumbass. You'll never hear that from Shaq.
No, that's only Chuck. Now we'll call it a wrap on WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. From Joshua Umahi, Matt Leonard, and Kory David, we're signing off for the week. We'll see you Monday at 4, sports fans. Have a great rest of your weekend.